We can even use hot and cold cubes to model integer multiplication. So let's take a look at how we can do that. We're going to take a look at these four problems. We're going to start out with 2 times 3. So 2 times 3, you know, is just two groups of 3. So that would be two groups of 3 of the h's. So here's one group of the 3 of the h's, here's your second group of 3 of the h's, and you see a total of 6 of the h's, so we get 6. This would mean two groups of -3, or two groups of 3 of the c's. So here's one group of the c's, here's a second group of the c's. You'll notice we get a total of 6 of the c's. And remember, each c represents a -1, so it's 6 of the -1, so we get a -6. Here, -2 times 3, there's a couple ways to look at it. One way to look at it is you're going to take the opposite of a 2 times 3. So we need to take the opposite of two groups of 3. So I'm going to have one group of 3, a second group of 3, and we need to take the opposite of that. So we have a total of 6 of the h's, which is a +6, and you need to take the opposite of that. A second way to look at it is you still need to take the opposite of two groups of 3. So I'm going to put in two groups of 3 of the h's. So 1, 2, 3 of the h's, but they're being paired up here. So we really have a net change of 0 on the top. 1, 2, 3 of the h's here. With that negative in front, we need to take away two groups of 3 h's. So 1, 2, 3 of the h's will be gone on the top. 1, 2, 3 h's will be gone on the bottom, leaving us only with our 6 blue c's, which would be then a -6. When we look at -2 times -3, you could think of that as the opposite of two groups of -3. So we'd have to have the opposite of two groups of -3, so we'd have to put -3, which would be our 3 c's here, another group of 3 c's here, which is a total of 6 of those c's, which you know is a -6, and you want the opposite of that, which is +6. Or some people will think right here, the opposite of 6 c's would be just 6 hots, and that's what we have down here at the bottom. A second way you could look at it is you still are dealing with the opposite of two groups of -3. So you could still put down 6 pairs of hots and colds here. So you have one group of 3 c's here, and then you have your second group of 3 c's here. And now taking away two groups of 3 colds, so you're going to grab your 3 colds from the top, pull them out, 3 colds from the bottom, pull those out, and what are you left with? You're left with a total of 6 of the h's, which would then represent +6.